Kitchen cabinet hardware is far more important to the overall look, feel, and quality of a kitchen than one might think. And I'm not talking about the handles or the knobs, I'm talking about the slides and the hinges. And over the years, we've tried to really perfect the kind of hinges we use, and we're constantly eliminating and bringing in new products so that we can have the best hardware in our kitchens. And that leads me to believe that we have some pretty good insight when it comes to what is or isn't some of the best hardware on the market. And there's even some popular brands that we've kind of come to dislike. So there's two main components. There's drawer slides and door hinges, and we use separate brands for each of those. This right here in my hands is the best drawer slide you can buy on the market. But before we get into why this brand is the best, there are two other brands that you should try to avoid. Number one is Grass. And even though that's a pretty controversial take, we strongly believe that Grass is just a notch below. We used to use Grass only. That was the only brand we used, and we started switching into some other brands, and eventually we kind of let go of Grass. Basically, overall, Grass does not quite have that ultra smooth slide, and it's just a little bit more cheap feeling, I guess. Just a little bit. It just doesn't quite have that edge, like the perfectly smooth, soft close, like high quality premium feel that some of the best brands have. The second brand that I would definitely try to avoid even more than the Grass is Richelieu. Now, I do think Richelieu is a little cheaper as far as cost wise, but just everything about Richelieu feels cheaper. The slide itself, the components in the slide, they look cheaper. The plastic on the catches feels a lot cheaper. I don't have any with me. I wish I did, but I don't. And like when you click the slides in, the catches to the slides, it just feels like it's harder to click it in. The adjustability is harder to get right. Everything about Richelieu is not as good. And even though it's a cheaper slide and you will probably save some money there, you're definitely taking a cut on quality. The brand that we think is the best is Bloom. It is Bloom. So we've now been using Bloom for a long time. Bloom has just come through time and time again as just everything about them seems to just be the best. The overall slide, everything is super smooth. There are absolutely no complaints as far as the smoothness of it. The slide seems very durable. There's not a lot of extra parts. The plastic in here seems to be very high quality. The catch that goes on the drawer box and fastens to the slide itself, once again, high quality plastic. It's flexible, easy to squeeze. The adjustment side to side is right here, and very easy to adjust. Everything works well. It all lines up, and once you get everything in, it doesn't seem to be a lot of movement, and everything stays lined up, works absolutely great, no complaints. Everything seems to be just a notch above the other brands. So now for the second brand and the second component, which is door hinges. So, slides, hinges, I mean. The hinges that we use are a completely different brand, which is Salice. We have used some Bloom hinges. In fact, this is a Bloom hinge right here. This is a one-piece hinge, and we've used these for a little bit, but they make a big gap on the edges of the doors. Salice has seemed to just be one of the best brands as far as adjustability. Now, when it comes to how compact they are, not exactly. Not exactly the most compact, but the other benefits has seemed to kind of outweigh the fact that they do take up a bit of space inside the cabinet. They do take a little bit of room. All this is inside the cabinet, but like I said, the gaps on the ends of the doors, very, very tight, and this has been something that we have really liked about them. Good adjustability. Everything just seems very tight. Once you get them adjusted, they just hold very well. They have a pretty good range of adjustability. Three-way adjustability, side to side, front and back, up and down. So you can adjust the door any way. Pretty easy to screw. They have the little edge here. It goes on the door to fasten it in. They seem to hold up really well. Now, like some of the earlier models, the soft close definitely gave out fairly quickly when soft close was first kind of becoming a thing. We've tested several other brands, and they also keep kind of bringing out new models and upgrading them and improvising and improving, and they've seemed to have a pretty good product. They are super, super easy to replace though. If the soft close does give out, it's a matter of just popping the door off, which is just that, and then releasing these 2 screws, popping a new hinge in, and then clicking it back in place, and you have your soft close back. And so we do that for customers every now and then. If they have a door they use really frequently, it will give out eventually. But overall, very great. And like I said, the soft close is awesome. So overall, the best brand of drawer slides, we believe, is Bloom. The best brand for door hinges is Soliche, but Bloom also makes some great products. Those have been our findings. Any questions you have about why we got to this point, bring your controversy. We don't care. Bring it to the comments, and we'll answer some of you guys. Have a little fun. Thanks for watching. We will be back next